Today I'm going to open this Casio GW-B5600 series in an awesome desert colorway. As a bonus, I'm also going to open and test this AliExpress combi bracelet which was recommended by a viewer, so stick around to the end. And a big thank you to the more than 70 people who voted in yesterday's community poll to see which would be our next watch of the week. We're going to leave the AE1200 for another day. If you're a Watches fan, I want you to be a part of our next community decision, so make sure you are subscribed to our channel. So let's bust in to the opening. There she is, the GW-B5600 SL. Oh boy, I love opening G-Shocks. Here we go. Oh, I've got all of the paperwork inside the tin. I have not seen that before. That's a first. Okay, and here's the watch itself. Oh yes. So look at this. This is the desert sand pattern. Let's get it out. Oh yeah, that looks real good. Alright, now first impressions right off the bat. Look at this absolutely stunning mottled resin pattern on the strap and bezel here. Really, really unique. I have not seen anything like it. Now it is a little bit darker than I imagined. I did think it was going to be more of like a light sand color, but it does look really nice in person. One thing I noticed on the box that worried me a little was that it refers to this as a green digital watch, but on closer inspection of the watch itself, I think I know what they're talking about. So the text at the right here for light and receiving, as well as on the left and under the shock resist logo, you notice this lovely lime green color, which actually matches the theme of the watch quite nicely. Another really interesting color choice they've made with this G-Shock is to use a black keeper to contrast against the sandy colored straps, as well as another black piece under the screw back next to the bezel, which really just matches the lens and adds another layer of character to this already beautiful watch. Now guys, holding this watch in my hands, I really am appreciating and falling in love with this design, but I must admit it is not the reason I purchased this watch in the first place. The sole reason that drove my decision to go with this model was its nice positive display. Now for whatever reason, it is very hard to find a B5600 these days with a positive display, and this was the most available and it happened to be at a very good price. I will say that the positive display on this, as you can see, does have a slight yellowish tinge to it, and you may be able to notice more when I compare it to my M5610U. So the reason the positive display on this 5600 drove my purchasing decision is because I'm trying to replicate the infamous B5000 TVA series G-Shock. And I know from first-hand experience that these B5600s have a separate lens and solar panel, which means I can pop this out and replace it. So in other words, what that means is that I know that if I ever decide to do a mod on this watch, wink wink, that I will be prepared to do so because this can handle a lens swap. So let's get this brilliant watch onto my wrist and give it a wrist check. Yeah, I really like that black keeper. It looks really nice. So it is nice and comfortable. The material feels nice and soft. And in terms of size, that is definitely a average square G-Shock size on my 6.75 inch wrist. And I quite like the way that it looks. Now, if you're a big fan of this awesome desert sand themed G-Shock and you want to get your hands on one, I will be leaving a link for you in the description below. And the same goes for anyone like me who was just looking for the most affordable positive display B5600 in case you wanted to do a lens swap or another kind of mod. This is the most affordable option, so check out the link below. Just breezing through some of the features of this G-Shock, we have 5 different world time zones which you can set from. We also have 5 different alarms, one of which is a snooze alarm, and then we have the standard stopwatch in which you can see the current time as well as a countdown timer. So a lot of very handy features. And the Bluetooth, I will cover that further in the 7-day review of this for Watch of the Week. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. By the way guys, if you want to give me any ideas for the next watch to commit to wearing for 1 week, just let me know in the comments below, and you never know, I might just take your suggestion on board. So smash that like button, because it's now time for the bonus where we install and test this combi bracelet from AliExpress. This combi bracelet was a recommendation from one of my favorite viewers, Hans. So a big thank you, Hans. Keep up the great suggestions. So this is a high quality plastic and stainless steel combi bracelet. We're going to crack into it now, and it also includes this spring bar removal tool and pin tool. So let's get into it. Now Hans tells me that these are very comfortable, and I can see why. Straight away it feels extremely lightweight and the material is nice and smooth. So first we're going to have to remove the straps from this B5600. I think I'll continue to use these original spring bars from the original Casio straps. And one tip that I learned from the comment section before is that it's easier to install a new strap if you remove the bezel first. So that's what we're going to do now. And there we go. Now it should be nice and easy to install the strap. That's in. Awesome. So now we've just got to get these together and get the correct number of links removed. So these pins, I've never used these before, but it's very simple. They're just a one-way push pin. Okay, let's give that a try. Awesome. That's a great fit. So now we'll just get the bezel back on. And there we go. Oh yeah, that is very comfy, and honestly quite a striking color combination. As we talked about before, there is a few hints of black on the design, so it does match quite nicely, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think I should keep it like this, or go back to the original straps, or even swap out this bezel for a black one I have from my old 5600? Let me know your thoughts. And by the way, if you do want to get your hands on this awesome combi bracelet for a very affordable price, I'll also be leaving a link to this one for you in the description below. Well, that's all we've got time for, but I'm going to be wearing this watch for the next 7 days. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on our Watch of the Week review. I'm going to leave you with our watches playlist, as well as another watch video that you're not going to want to miss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.